Good morning. This is the Voice of Agro. Today it is March 22nd in the year 2021. It is 8:02 a.m. Eastern Time, and this is a Hive-Engine developers weekly meeting. It's a big week. I don't know what else to say other than this is just a giant week. We have diesel rewards coming. We have the decentralized token fund, kind of like the DAO or the DHF contract coming out. ERC20s are already here, but they're really starting to ramp up too. We have an auction contract that should be coming. SMTs, like it's crazy how much development we have, and how many different tools are going to be at our disposal. So really, really good work to the team. Congratulations, everybody. This is just so exciting. And I don't know. I've never, we're getting a nice little Hive pump too. Just literally everything is going in our direction right now. And it's fantastic. So, I don't have any big directional changes. The goal is complete the Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, and Wax Bridge, get Tribe Tokens 2.0 live, although we're going to have a little, some sidetracks for NFT Showroom and the auctions contract, get DSwap live, find out more about where DeFi Dolly and our mobile apps are, and I don't know, it's business as usual, but just so much great stuff is happening. I'm just really excited and great work to the team. Manser, do you want to give us an update on where you're at and what you're doing?
All right, sure. So I've been continuing to work on the Ethereum bridge. Let me copy and paste in the latest status. One moment. Okay, here we go. So what I've been working on over the past week is mainly allowing the gateway to issue new tokens when needed. And then I took a brief break from that in order to get our first ERC20 live, which is BAT. So BAT is open for deposits and withdrawals now, and that's looking really good. We have a few other ERC20s lined up that we'd like to launch next, but before I get those configured, I really want to get this current task finished off. So we don't want to have to be manually managing gateway balances. We want the gateway to be able to just issue new tokens whenever it needs to. So that work is almost finished up. I'm just in the testing phases of it now, so I expect that'll probably be done sometime this week shortly. And then once that's done, I can configure our next batch of ERC20s and then just keep working on the remaining tasks. So that's it for me for now.
Yeah, that's awesome. Really excited to get this out. And then Binance Smart Chain, Wax, Hive-Engine tokens that are wrapped. There's a bunch of work still left to do that's not on this, but excited to see all the different ways that we can bridge Ethereum virtual machines together. And then I guess next EOS, because I want to see Wax stuff here too. So exciting work. Please keep that up. It's looking good. Riaz, do you kind of want to walk us through some of what you've been working on?
Hi everyone, good morning. Last week I have been working on various projects, namely the pack manager contract. The open function is done, so the pack manager contract is fully live on Tribal Dex. Also worked on the deposit and withdrawal of ERC20 tokens. That is also live, as Cryptomancer mentioned. So it was a very different process than the Ethereum one. So I had to had some good experience in working with the Web3 framework and other Ethereum tools. So that was fun. And right now I'm working on the new NFT showroom like sites, that is the NFT tunes. So that should be live by tomorrow or the next morning.
Nice. That's great. Yeah, we have a music NFT platform that's going to go live. So, and I gotta.
So the main problem with that is we gotta be able to do that a lot sooner. But as I am very keen to use the newest code of tribal decks, actually that actually created some dilemma. Like I have to update the front end framework first to use the newer code from the tribal decks. So that's actually taking a bit of time. With enough testing, I will be able to release it on Tuesday or the Wednesday morning. So
Okay.
that's the time frame for me, and then I will start on the newest change request for NFT showroom, and then the Type 2.0.
Yeah, with NFT showroom, if the auction contract goes live, we might get further distracted and have to go build auctions into it. Um,
Yeah,
so
I'm ready for that.
so that's in there too. Um, yeah, I mean it's a mixed blessing to have this much work that needs to get done. Of like, there's just so much to do. But it
Yeah,
seems
literally in a week, I am working on 3 to 4 different projects.
yeah, I probably need another front end developer. But and with high prices going up, that might actually be in the cards. So um, I don't know. We're gonna see what happens over the next week or two. But maybe we get another front end guy and somebody that knows Vue.js and um, to basically take things that are not tribal decks off your plate. I think that could be good.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
All right, Lion. Do you want to? Well, welcome. It's good to see you. You want to? How's life? And you want to go tell us some of what you're working on?
Yeah, hi guys. Life is good. It's pretty exciting times, obviously, for a lot of projects we are doing. Very busy with a lot of stuff, also with some private stuff. Last week, last couple of weeks actually, I was working on the integration of Ethereum in the classic websites. So the plan was to go live somewhere last week. I ran into some challenges with the use of MetaMask, but I was able to resolve those issues, and I'm in the final testing phase of depositing and withdrawing Ethereum on the Hive-Engine Classic website. So within a couple of days, actually today or tomorrow, I'm planning to release that to production and continue working on integrating the ERC20s, which are also now integrated in tribal decks. So what I always try to do with these implementations is to introduce as few duplicate code as possible. So I have taken a look at tribal decks code, and I'm trying to call some tribal decks backend APIs to provide the supported ERC20 tokens and Ethereum token in the classic website. So in a way, there is a connection between the classic website and the tribal decks backend. So Riaz, and maybe we need to keep in touch in all the things we are doing, so that if you need to make a change to the backend of tribal decks, we should be aware that it might have an impact on the classic website too. That gives us a lot of advantages, obviously, if we want to block or enable stuff, that we only need to do that in one place in the settings section of the tribal decks backend, so that it will be taken over automatically by the classic website. Another item which is still on my plate is the DSwap release. There are a couple of community members who are testing, who are doing some stuff, who provide some feedback. There are a couple of issues I need to check and resolve with DSwap. That also keeps me a bit busy, but we are making nice progress, and hopefully this week I'm targeting to integrate the ERC20 in Classic website. Obviously, there are a lot of people still using the Classic website, so that would be very cool to have it on there too.
Yeah, my just going back to DSwap for a sec. I'm totally in support of doing all the ERC20 and Ethereum integration things on the Classic. It sounds perfect to go integrate with code that we're already using for tribal decks. All that's awesome. When you make it through that, I just want to get back to, the dream here is really that we get all the way to DPay. And so I want a button that can live on, NFT Showroom or any of these token sites, which is, pay with swap.hive, and then right next to it is DPay. And DPay lets you pay with any crypto, and it uses the DSwap backend to, deposit whatever cryptocurrency our exchange will accept, swap that, or deposit it to swap.crypto, convert it to swap.hive, and then depending on what the market needs is, it can swap it to one of the Hive-Engine tokens, and then it can go ahead and purchase the NFT that somebody wants and finally send the NFT to that user. And so that's the dream, is getting all the way from deposit and withdrawal of cryptos to ability to pay on these different NFT sites with whatever crypto somebody wants to use.
Yeah, that completes the circle, definitely.
So that's the as far as I can tell, that's the end goal with DSwap. So we're making steady progress there, and hopefully we'll have some buttons that we can put onto the site at some point where we can pay. And I'm interested to see what Riaz is typing here. That would be awesome. Yeah, I mean that way. Yeah, we agree.
Yeah, to reach that, I need to refactor the code a bit on the DSwap end. We need to move some of the client-side code to the backend code so that we can call some of the methods easily by using the API instead of client-side JavaScript, which is handling it currently on the DSwap website. So there are some things which needs to be done to reach that status, but we are in a good shape.
Well, that, and it'd be perfect if on all these sites you could just convert. So you click the button. We build into all of these sites DSwap, and there's relatively easy ways to convert between your cryptocurrencies built into all the front ends that we build. And I know that you had said that DSwap isn't quite built for that. Well, that's sort of again, it's not like, hey, we need this tomorrow, but in your roadmap, as you're plugging through, that's kind of the objective there too, is making sure that it's not just everything that goes through dswap.trade. Like, that's the place that you would go to check in, see how it's doing, where did it get stuck, why did it get stuck, what settings were wrong, give me the transaction ID. But from a functionality standpoint, if all you're doing is a simple transaction and you're not putting in super low limits, then it should just be there. Yeah. So like Riaz is saying, all the front ends have a wallet in them, so a convert button or some API endpoints will do as well. So that's the as you're plugging through, fixing Hive-Engine Classic, and then getting back to DSwap, the buttons that we can integrate, both for deposit and withdrawal, and then as well just to pay. That to me is the final end game. Those are the two big items that I think we're missing from DSwap right now.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, that will be the next thing, I guess, to focus on for me.
Perfect. All right, Bait, you want to come in and come talk to us? Oh, Bait, are you there?
Good morning, everyone.
Were you able to go get the mobile app submitted?
Yeah, I was on the verge of doing that. Then I got a strange behavior from Hive.js, but I was able to solve that this morning. I got an alternative library, not very popular, but it was built by I think Madiari, one of the Hive devs. So I got that from StudKev. I think he used that on mobile keychain. So that works very well now. I've been able to solve that. So everything works well both in development and production. Because I ran into the same issue I ran into during B-Chat. And the solution I implemented back then didn't quite work for Hive just because then I didn't do any custom JSON transactions, just signing of keys. So this time I needed a little bit more, and the Hive and Hive.js didn't help. But I was able to use this library, and that worked. I got that. That was what I think Kev used for the mobile keychain. So using that actually works now, both in production and development. This library. So that works now, and everything works fine. So I just have to go ahead to. Yeah, I think Lion, everything works now. Riaz was able to help me get them to format the custom JSON transaction, so everything works fine now. I was able to send a successful request, so it works fine. I just have to refactor the initial Hive.js instances for the Hive.tx, which is what I just posted now. So once I'm able to do that, I think over the next few hours after this call, I should submit the first release for Android.
Oh, that's super exciting.
Yeah, it's actually, most of the initial libraries on Hive doesn't really take cognizance of mobile development. It makes everything so slow. So I think with this, everything should go faster going forward.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah, so after the first release, I have to go on to focus fully on DeFi while I listen for feedback for this initial alpha release for the mobile Hive-Engine. So while I do those two simultaneously, the next release of the mobile app is going to get to implement biometric login, and then I'll also implement the various NFT shops, and then I'll focus later on to fix whatever issues that might arise while people use the initial release of DeFi. So it's just going to be like that. Release one, listen for feedback while I develop the other.
Yeah. So I want to get, DeFi Dolly is a priority. That's kind of the next way that Hive-Engine can sell something and make hopefully some money by doing that. So, that getting that live is a big goal to me. And then one of the next things I think we need to work on in the not too distant future is actually getting a NFT showroom mobile app done as well. So
that's feasible and exciting.
Yeah, I mean, going through and enabling mobile on a bunch of these sites, I think would be very good. So
yeah,
and getting lots of views on a mobile app for NFT art. I think maybe you're not tokenizing through the mobile phone. Maybe you are. I don't know, but that seems like a good step is getting it all phone enabled.
Yeah, all of that's going to work out fine. I just can't wait to push the initial release for Hive-Engine mobile. Really taking a lot of time, and I think we're there. We're almost there, just to get the first initial feedback. And I think I'm actually trying to be careful with it because I know a lot of people are going to be using it. So I have to ensure that it's fast enough and also secure enough, and also appealing to the eyes.
When oh crap! I just lost my thought. So the artist sent all the SVG files for DeFi Dolly. Have you poked around at that at all? Do those look like they're going to work for your needs?
Yeah, I downloaded them. Just looked at a few of them, but I haven't really implemented them. I just did kind of inspection. I haven't implemented any of them the way I did with the PNGs. But I think once I am done with the initial release for Hive-Engine mobile, my entire concentration is going to go on that, and that will be this night and tomorrow going forward.
Okay. That's great. All right, so I guess for the two guys that aren't here, Eon Warped is working on SMTs, and they're actually. So I know we already have Scotbot, and it's like a server that can process this stuff, but it's the processing is off chain, and it's not a smart contract. It's not a decentralized smart contract. It's it's code and it executes and we do it. But obviously the goal would be it's better if the witness system is doing it and you're not having to trust me or Eon with your keys or authority. It's the platform that does it. So I think we're getting pretty close. I don't know if we're going to make it this month, but I do think that by April we'll have like smart contract SMTs on Hive-Engine. And then the next piece for sort of like diesel pool rewards is doing the is making a DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization, which isn't a great one. So the other term I have is the decentralized token fund. So we have decentralized Hive Fund, and it has like its own proposal system. So that kind of thing is going to come into existence for all these different tokens. That's what Don's been working on, where there's a return proposal, a burn proposal, and users like the token creator sends the inflation to this token contract, and then people can submit proposals to take funds out of that account and bring them somewhere else. So yeah, it's going to be a DAO for each tribe. So we need that so that for the diesel pool rewards, so that we can have 1 million B inflated per year, and the people that stake the B can say which pools they want to incentivize. And they could actually do other things with that. It's like the DAO, or it's like the Hive Fund, where you can submit a proposal for whatever, and it's going to be the in this case the B stakers will be the ones that determine where the B goes. So we're going to have some splits of the governance between. We're going to have some splits in the governance between worker B and B. But in this case, because all the B is getting out there, and we need to make sure that there's a purpose for the B, you stake the B to go determine which pools it'll go into or which projects you're going to support. So it's gonna work just like Uni does. The ERC20 Uni for Uniswap. So anyways, I think this is a really big deal. Don is saying that he's nearly done with that contract as well. So in really short order, we should have like all these different pieces functioning, which to me is just awesome. We're gonna build your own tribe, get your own website, put NFTs on it, have your own fund, just like literally all the parts of Hive that make Hive cool, plus NFTs, and then plus whatever other smart contracts we built in. So getting pretty excited. We have more work to do for sure. And then each one of these is going to be a drain on Riaz, poor Riaz, because every time we release a new smart contract, there has to be some kind of front end for that smart contract, so that we've had airdrops and claim drops for a while, but there's nowhere to just input that on the site. So we got to get that in there too. Now we'll have to build a proposal system that can live in tribal decks. Yeah, I mean we're really leveling up, and I think by the time that Tribe 2.0 is ready, it's going to be one of the most powerful tools in cryptocurrency to build a community, bar none, hands down, just badass. So we're a little bit early, but that's what I got. Anybody have anything else that they want to add or share today? for the recording?
Nope, I'm good for now.
All right. Well, that's it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for participating. Just so much is happening. It feels really good, and thanks everybody.